It's Friday. It's Kimball's. I'm Terry. We're looking at cars and we're finding out about what's going on. And I'm with
Ribby Dion.
All right. Tell us about the car, please.
It's a 1915 Ford. It's a center door. It's called a center door sedan. But as you can see, it's not all original. The only thing that's original is the body, some of the brass trim, and that's about it. Everything else is pretty much hot rodded. It's got a Mustang engine, Mustang transmission, a C4, and a Mustang rear end, a 8-inch Ford rear end.
At least it's still all Ford.
Oh, it's all Ford. Absolutely, yes.
So what do you think you're putting down for horsepower on this?
Right about 270 or so, in that vicinity there. It's pretty mild.
270, but I'm looking at the height of this. This has got to be a handful to drive.
It can, when on the highway, especially if it gets a little windy or some big trucks go by, it can get a little squirrely, yeah.
I got to ask, in the shape of this in, is this a trailer car or are you driving this?
No, it's driven everywhere, and I don't get trailered. I pull a trailer with it. I pull a teardrop camping trailer, and I travel, been all over the country.
That's amazing. So how many miles do you think you put on it since you've had it?
Oh, since I've had it, and I've had it about 20 years, I put a little over 50,000.
That is amazing. What's next?
Car-wise, I'll never did this. This is it for me.
This is it.
Yeah, I have no desire to own any other car but this one.
Well, I think you made a good choice. Thanks for taking the time to talk with us.
Well, thank you for having me.
We have yet another car and another driver to interview. Your name?
It's Matt Goodwin.
Matt, tell me about your ride.
It's a 1951 four-door Mercury. It's channeled over an 83 Buick Park Avenue. It's got a full air suspension. And it's my family car, pretty much. You can see the baby seat in the back.
Unbelievable. Did you do the work yourself?
Yeah, me and my father did, yeah. We did most of the work ourselves.
It sounds like a lot of cosmetics. That was a frame off then, wasn't it?
Yeah, we cut the floors out of the Mercury, and then we pretty much cut the whole top of the Buick apart, and then we just dropped it over, and it fit like a glove. So
amazing. How long have you had the car?
On and on. I actually had sold it at one point, but I've had it for almost 10 years now.
And does it get a lot of mileage?
Oh yeah, I'm at shows almost every single weekend, from Maine to Connecticut, Massachusetts, all over New England, really. So,
for Friday night cruising, we're standing in front of a beautiful piece. Your name, please?
Alan Bancroft from Pepperell.
Now, can you tell me something about this car?
I surely can. Whatever you would like to know, I can tell you. It's a 1931 Ford Roadster. It's got a 1996 Corvette LT4 motor. It's got a turbo 350 automatic transmission. It has an 85 Corvette rear end. Rack and pinion steering, four-wheel disc brakes, four-wheel independent suspension.
So the skin is original, but the rest of it has all been modified.
Right. It drives like a new car, really, but it's still an old car. It rides like an old car.
Now, is this a driver, or do you put this on a trailer?
No, it's never been on a trailer. I drive it. I don't drive it that often anymore because I've been driving it for 16 years. So I come over here every Friday night, and I go to some other cruises. I've taken it out to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Burlington, Vermont.
With all the changes you made to it, how does it handle?
Oh, it handles real nice. Yeah, it corners good. I think I'll put some softer shocks on the front. The front ride's a little bit hard, the front end. So I think if I put some softer shocks on it, it'll ride a little bit better. But it corners good and everything. It's got plenty of go.
How long have you owned it?
Well, I've owned the car since 1978. My wife knew I wanted one, so she bought it for me. Found it down the Cape. It had been sitting in a heated garage for years down there. It was an original car. I ended up taking it all apart and redoing the whole thing. So had an original 4-cylinder motor when I got it, and it's got the V8 now, which the original motor had 24 horsepower. This has around 350, so it's quite a difference.
So judging from what you told me already, this was a frame-off restoration.
Right. Actually, it's a brand new frame. Somebody built a brand new frame for me, so I didn't use the old frame.
Well, she certainly is a good looker. We're going to go around her one time. I want to thank you for taking time to talk with us.
Well, nice talking to you.
Okay, we're standing in front of looks like to be a very soon-to-be classic. Everybody knows it as a Challenger. And I am standing next to its owner. You are?
Dave Murphy, Townsend, Mass.
And what year is this?
It's a 2013 Challenger RT Plus.
RT Plus. All that doesn't mean a lot to me. Tell me what the RT does for it.
Well, that's the model, the style model. The Plus was it has some options on it, such as the hood scoop on it, the airfoil in the back, the wider, bigger tires on it, performance options.
And what's it got for a power plant?
It has a 5.7 Hemi engine.
And what does it put out for horsepower on the street?
This is about 375, 400, somewhere in that range.
That's a lot of ponies. I'll bet this is a fun ride.
This is the smaller of the Hemis. It's not the bigger Hemi in it, but it has plenty of power.
I would say so. You the original owner?
Yes, I bought it brand new. I ordered it.
And this is your regular ride?
This is my regular good weather ride, yes, when it's not raining.
So the bad weather ride is something like a shopping cart?
No, I have a pickup truck that I drive, or my other car, but this is a fair weather car. It goes in the garage all winter. It doesn't come out. So
Excellent. Well, it's a sweet looking ride.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Tell us about the car. First off, before you even do that, who are you?
Well, my name's Paul Tassini, and I'm from Boxford. And, I bought the car about 3 years ago, went all over the country looking for it, and found it in the next town over from me in Topsfield.
That figures. It is a Pontiac, but beyond that, it is a Pontiac Badge GTO, but it's awesome. Tell me, what year?
It's a 1967, and when I bought it 3 years ago, it had been completely restored to stock, and it was a show winner at that time. I wanted a resto mod, so bought the car, brought it into my friend's shop, and 3 months later I got a beast.
Well, just for our viewers who might not know what a resto mod is, could you explain that a little bit?
Sure. A resto mod is a car that you both restore and modify. So it's actually a class of custom car. And what I wanted was a GTO that looks completely stock on the outside, but had all the authentic Go Fast inside.
Back in the day, we used to call that a sleeper.
I suppose, yeah. But you look at the wheels, and when you listen to it, it's a little bit more than that.
Absolutely. Tell us about what's under the hood.
Well, it's a LS3, and it is supercharged. So we ripped the whole motor down and rebuilt it with a custom cam and a lot of titanium parts, and then put a Whipple supercharger on it. Puts out about 9.3 pounds and has 718 horsepower to the rear wheels.
That sounds like a really quick, fun ride.
It's fast.
What's next? I'm looking at it and I'm saying this is a trailer car. Am I wrong?
No, I drive it. I put 6,000 miles on it last year. It has an Art Morrison NASCAR racing frame, racing suspension. It has a Mustang 2 design rack and pinion steering, 13.5-inch Willwood disc brakes, 6-piston front, 4-piston rear, 9-inch Ford Posse, 4-link rear, 3-inch custom-made exhausts with cutouts.
All right. I'll tell you, this car is really a sleeper. It just sits here and looks so pretty, but underneath it really bites hard.
Yeah, it does, and I love it.
Well, I'm standing next to a guy who owns a Ford Ranchero. I'm sure most of our audience doesn't even remember what a Ford Ranchero is. You are?
Mel Beam.
And what year is the Ranchero?
It's a 1957,
I didn't even know they went back that far.
the first year for him.
It's a beautiful looking car. Did you do the restoration?
No, I bought it as it is. It was done about 20 years ago.
It's held up amazingly well.
The person that had it before me took loving care of it.
So is this a trailer or a driver?
Definitely a driver.
Wow. You should see the shape it's in. It's amazing. What did you do to it after you got it?
I put disc brakes, power disc brakes on it, the wheels and tires, and a shifter. That's it.
That's it. I noticed that it says V8 on it. I didn't know they made V8s. I thought they were all 6s. How big is the 8?
It's a 302.
It's a 302.
Yeah.
The same as they put in the T-Bird back
Yep.
then.
Yep, pretty much.
What have you got for future plans for it? Anything?
To drive it and enjoy it.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good.
All right. We looked at a different Challenger a little while ago. Now we're looking at one of the originals. Your name, please.
It's Jim Winroth.
Jim, tell us about this car.
It is a 1970 Challenger. It's an RTSE, which is the special edition. It's got a 440 Magnum in it. It's an automatic, unfortunately. I wanted a 4-speed, but my wife wanted to drive it too. We've owned it about 6 years now, and it's been a fun car. I got 2 kids that love riding this thing with me. Let's see. I did not do the restoration to it. It came as it is. We did some maintenance to it, put a new carburetor on it and a few things. And it's been quite enjoyable.
Did you say how much horsepower this 440 had?
375 horse.
375. Fun horse, I might add. Now, is this a daily driver or is this something you trailer?
This is not a daily driver. This is it's in a heated garage, and we just take it out once in a while.
Pick up a few groceries now and then?
Yes, exactly. Yes, we like to take this to the grocery store.
Your name, please.
Tom Markley.
Tom, good to meet you.
You too.
It's a bird. What year?
65.
65.
65.
65.
Yep.
And are you the first owner?
No, I bought it 18 years ago.
18 years ago. Have you done any work on it since you've gotten it?
Yeah, I've had work done. I've had it painted, and I've had the seats upholstered, and new carpeting, stuff that needs to be done. And I also just have mechanical stuff done when it needs to be done.
Okay, I'm not familiar with the newer birds. What's it got for a power plant?
This has a 394 barrel.
Oh yeah, one of those.
Yes, yeah, it moves.
Is this a regular driver, or is this something you bring out just for shows?
No, I just bring it for shows. I'm afraid to drive it around town and put it in the parking lot. I just take it to shows. I take it about 3 times a week, different shows.
And what do you think you rack up for mileage in a year?
Maybe 1,000 miles.
1,000 miles. So let's see, you go 8 years before you get an oil change.
Well, no. Not on this. You have to change it more often.
Absolutely.